Hello, everybody. Welcome into the NBA Front Office Show. I am your host, Ron Gutterman, and this is the first of a daily series of videos that we're trying to start, where I will go over some big stories around the NBA, and I'll do it in a bit of a quicker format. If you're looking for Trevor Lane or Keith Smith, they will be doing their normal NBA content, rest assured. They will be going their usual length of time, and my goal is to sort of take one or two of the bigger stories and cover them in a quicker format. So that way we have, a little bit of everything here on the NBA Front Office Show YouTube channel. So today, for my first video, we will be discussing Zion Williamson and the drama surrounding him and the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, how did this get started? Let's go to yesterday when it was a story broke of some kind, a rumor broke, that CJ McCollum had not heard from Zion Williamson since his trade to the Pelicans from the Blazers at the trade deadline. Now, CJ is a well-regarded player around the league. He was brought in to be sort of a win-now piece in New Orleans. So to not hear from the franchise pillar is something that's concerning. And that concern was echoed by JJ Redick on today's First Take when he was asked about, his time with Zion Williamson and his time with the Pelicans. He essentially described Zion as, quote, a detached teammate. Basically saying that he keeps himself very separate from the Pelicans franchise. While he rehabs his injury, he sort of stays away, doesn't really talk to people within the organization, and doesn't really give anyone any clarity as to what is going on with him. Now, this is a relatively big deal. Zion Williamson is a really incredible player when he's actually available. He hasn't played yet this year due to a foot injury that has kind of had setback after setback. It's been a very difficult process. But when he plays, he's incredible. Last season, he played 61 of the 72 games for the Pelicans, and he averaged 27 points, 7 rebounds, and about 4 assists, shooting 61.5% from the field. Really incredible stuff. Franchise pillar type numbers. The problem has been, availability and sort of his attitude surrounding the Pelicans franchise. So where do Zion and the Pelicans go from here? Well, if you're the Pelicans, the answer isn't so simple. It can't just be, this guy is detached, he's not a very good leader, he's not a very good teammate, let's just trade him while we can. Because we saw with the Philadelphia 76ers and Joel Embiid, who had a lot of foot injuries and lower leg issues through the first few years of his career, he has sort of figured out the health part of it. And while there's still some questions about his, conditioning and stuff like that, he is available for the 76ers and he's playing at an MVP level. The Pelicans don't want to be the team that moved away from that. If they trade him and he gets healthy all of a sudden and plays at this caliber that he's already shown he can play, that would be a very bad look for the Pelicans franchise. So where do they both go from here? Well, Ben Simmons, also going back to the 76ers, he requested a trade from the team in his first year on a rookie extension. Now, this was his 5th year with the team. And it was seen as unprecedented with so many years left under contract to request a trade and essentially refuse to play for the Sixers franchise. Now, Zion could go this route. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but it would be, again, an unprecedented situation. There has been almost no record of a player asking for a trade while still on their rookie contract. So let's take a look at that contract and kind of see what it looks like. This year, Zion is making $10.7 million, and obviously he cannot be traded. The trade deadline has passed. He has one more year on his rookie deal. Next season, he's making $13.5 million, and then can be offered a qualifying offer that is slated to be around $17 million, but could be higher based on certain performance, whatever. But the qualifying offer would be about $17 million, and that could lead to restricted free agency. What happens in restricted free agency, the Pelicans can match any offer sheet, or Zion Williamson could accept the qualifying offer for whatever it is, play the 1 year on the qualifying offer, and then become an unrestricted free agent 2 years from now. So there's sort of a lot of things that could happen, and a lot of that is going to boil over this offseason. Zion Williamson is extension eligible, the same type of extension that Ben Simmons signed and Jaylen Brown and basically anyone entering the final year of their rookie deal. This would be the time for the Pelicans and Zion to sit down and agree to a 5-year type extension that would be worth probably a max, given what he's played, at the level he's played at when he's available. So what are the options for both sides during this offseason? Well, The Pelicans could offer Zion a max extension. They could offer him an extension of any amount of years and dollars. And then the onus would be on Zion to say yes or no to that. And whether he agrees or declines will be a massive ripple effect through their franchise and through the NBA. If Zion says, absolutely not, I'm not signing an extension with this team, I'll play out the final year of my rookie deal, and whatever comes from that is what's going to happen. Other teams could see that as an opportunity to go make a trade for Zion Williamson. Yes, the injuries are a problem, but as we saw with Embiid, injuries can be fixed. Injuries can be worked on. Conditioning can be worked on. Strength can be worked on. And you can get Joel Embiid, who's an MVP caliber player in this league. Zion Williamson averaging 27 points on 61% shooting in his first and only full season so far shows that he can reach that type of potential. So that would send a massive ripple effect. Zion would then become sort of a piece you could acquire in a trade, because if he refuses to sign an extension this offseason, the Pelicans would only be wise to listen to offers, to trade offers around the league and see what his value is. If they don't feel that teams are meeting the value of Zion Williamson in a trade, they could let him play out the final year of his deal, offer him the qualifying offer, and sort of trigger that restricted free agency. So going into this, it's imperative to know that with all of the rumors, with all of the issues surrounding Zion, the Pelicans still hold a majority of the power. They hold the chip of the qualifying offer and restricted free agency. They hold the extension they can offer him. If Zion openly requests a trade and refuses to play, that still has some power with the Pelicans because of the amount of team control that franchises are given when they draft a player. You have 4 years under a rookie contract and then restricted free agency. There's plenty of years of team control that even if Zion were to request a trade, it would be a lot of power in the Pelicans' hands. What can Zion do to sort of maximize his value? Well, the biggest thing is returning to the court and playing. It's unlikely that happens this season, given everything we're seeing. It's almost March at this point, and we still have almost no clarity on where things stand on his injury. So that makes things very difficult in terms of trying to gauge a trade this offseason. For Zion, the smart thing to do might be to say, I'll agree to an extension, whatever that may be, if he wants the full max contract, that's a negotiation for them to have. But one wise option for him could be to play 1 year, play the final year of his rookie contract, play it and try to be, as good as he can, as available as he can. And then when the time comes, you can go the Ben Simmons route and request a trade, because now there's a body of work that shows you can play at an elite level when you're available. Right now, there's so many factors with the Zion drama in New Orleans because of his lack of availability. If he was playing every day and playing at an MVP level, he might have more leverage to say, I want out, I'm not accepting any sort of extension this offseason. And the Pelicans would have no choice but to kind of let that play out as it would. But the Pelicans gained some power by Zion not really being available, because for him, it might be smart to secure long-term money. It might be smart to prove that he can still, play a full season healthy before he goes nuclear and requests a trade. There's so many facets to this situation, and it's only getting worse with, guys like JJ Redick, who played with Zion, going out there and saying that, hey, this guy is not a great teammate. This guy has some issues that he needs to work on. And it starts with being receptive of new teammates like CJ McCollum. How the rest of this season and the offseason plays out will be fascinating. And like I said, it will create ripple effects through the Pelicans franchise and franchises like it, and really the entire NBA. So yeah, that's sort of what's going on with Zion. Thank you for watching. Subscribe right here to the NBA Front Office Show. Subscribe to LakersNation.com and that YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.